Hi, my name is Akiva Goldman. I'm an attorney with Goldman Associates. As part of our educational process, we put out a lot of videos that deal with interesting topics. I think you would find it very informative and helpful, and if you do so, please subscribe. You'll get the benefit of really a lot of good information that we carefully choose to put out there for the public. Most of it's in response to questions that were asked. Today, I want to talk about how fathers prove parental alienation. Maybe you want to bring a case that has parental alienation elements to it, or maybe there's an accusation. Parental alienation basically is the concept where one parent is trying to toxify the relationship between the child and the other parent, trying to do things to marginalize one parent in the eyes of the child. To essentially alienate that parent in the eyes of the child so that the child will put his or her eggs in the basket of one parent rather than the other. It's a serious problem, and don't think that doesn't go on all the time, because we do see it in different forms in many, many cases. A large percentage of custody cases, we see this. Parental alienation can come in simple forms. It can come in the form of one parent buying a lot of gifts for the other one, not trying to necessarily alienate the other parent, but just trying to aggrandize themselves in the eyes of the child. But there's a comparison. Kids make the judgment. Mom buys me all these things. Dad doesn't buy me anything. So kids notice that, and that is a way of alienating one parent in the eyes of the other. You can say, well, all I was just trying to do was buy Junior a new bicycle. Doesn't work that way. The better approach in that situation is to discuss it with the other parent. So perhaps make it a joint gift. Or I'll buy this, I'll buy the bicycle, you buy the accessories, I'll do this, you do that, whatever. There can be a way to work it out so that it doesn't have the byproduct of alienating the other parent. If you are in a situation where one parent is always out spending, trying to give expensive gifts to the other, you may be in a situation where there is a subconscious effort to alienate you. Another way that you might demonstrate to the court that mom is, let's say, trying to alienate you is if mom seems to schedule the kids for major things on your time. That's a key aspect of parental alienation. What that parent is essentially telling the child is the time with me is more important than the time you spend with the other parent. That's the classic parental alienation. So if you think that's going on, what you need to show the court is these are my days on the calendar. These are the days where she has decided to schedule extracurricular fun activities. And notice, they fall out directly on my days. So what happens? I have to tell the kid, oh, you can't go to Disneyland because those are my days. I'm sorry, I got to be the one to tell you. Mom can't take you. And then what his mom says, oh, we'd like to take you, but dad won't let. You see, that's the classic parental alienation. There are other more devious ways where we see mothers and fathers try to do the parental alienation thing. One that I saw, which I thought was particularly devious, was the child is with one parent for a summer vacation, let's say 10 days or 2 weeks in a row. So the other parent has all the aunts and uncles and cousins constantly calling that kid from the other side of the family. In other words, taking away the time that the child has with their parent or for those 10 days or 2 weeks and sort of infecting it with all the other people from the other side of the family. It's wrong. It's the wrong thing to do. It's a function of parental alienation. What they're really saying is, yeah, you're with mom now, but don't forget there's this huge family and we love you so much, we're calling you every day. If the love is there, the child knows about it, doesn't need constant reminder. And if it's not, you shouldn't be making that call. So that's another way of parental alienation. If that's going on, you got to bring it to the attention of the court. If the child is with you and mom is sending messages to the child, oh, don't worry, you're with dad now, but it's going to be over in 6 days, it's going to be over in 4 days, it's going to be over in 3 days. That's the mom marginalizing your time. That's the mom telling the child that the time with dad is terrible. That's like school. That's like the worst kind of homework assignment. Don't worry, that'll be over soon. And then it's back to happy times. That's parental alienation. That's something that you need to bring before the court. The court doesn't know what's going on unless you do. So when you talk about how do I prove parental alienation, these are the kinds of things that you can bring before the court. You don't have to have evidence that dad is saying mom's terrible and you should hate mom. Of course, if you have that, that's one thing. That's an alienation. But there are more subtle things, and you've got to watch for those things. Because if they're going on, if mom's scheduling family reunions on your weekends, that's the parental alienation at work in a devious way. So you got to watch for that. Prove it to the court by showing the calendars. Prove it to the court by showing that she does these things without consulting with you, that he scheduled these things without giving any consideration to your schedule. Bring those things to the court's attention, and the court will understand exactly what's going on and make appropriate remedial orders. If you have questions about that, reach out, and of course, we'll be glad to help you out.